Don't mind the weird sounds coming from my mouth. This is the practice sounds. Every pianist will know about them. Let me know in the comments if you talk to yourself when you practice. Hi guys! Welcome back to PianoBuffs 24 Days Scales Challenge. Yesterday we covered A major, and today we are playing a parallel key of A major, which is F sharp minor. To my mind, this key is rather unintuitive, and you will see why. To begin with, I would like to use a Hanon exercise to get familiar with this scale. I know there is this huge debate whether Hanon is useful or not that much, so I came up with an idea to play Hanon exercises in other keys. So for example, now we will play F sharp minor harmonic, and we will use the first Hanon exercise. So let's get familiar with this scale. It will look like this. Let's do it in 2 octaves. Okay, so you got the idea. I think Hanon is a great way to warm up your hands, because even playing scales, if you start very fast, can be dangerous for your hands. So always remember, once you start practicing, first thing, you should play something very slowly to not stretch your muscles. So today we are playing F sharp minor, and we will play the scale in tenths. We will also try to play the scale in the interval of sixths, and we will play long arpeggios from F sharp. So I think this is the first time we are introducing long arpeggios from a black key, and also we will play 11 long arpeggios also from a black key. So it will definitely be very fun. Let's immediately jump to playing the harmonic scale in the interval of tenth, which is... If you are not familiar with the scale, you can always play it in 2 octaves. Okay, let's add the contrary motion. Once you play straight and back. In the harmonic scale, what you do, instead of playing E, we add E sharp. Now, let's use the melodic scale. In the melodic scale, we will add D sharp and E sharp. And then on the way back, we will remove all the sharps. Okay, let's play the melodic in sixths. And immediately, okay, the right finger. Okay, this is 4. So if you notice, I try not to go back to the beginning. I try to start somewhere in the middle, close to where the problem is. I don't jump through technical problems. I actually try to solve them on the spot. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so I don't know what happened with my pulse, but I think it went up a little bit because this was quite stressful. I gotta say the scale is not great. So if you feel that you would like to spend a little bit more time on this, feel free to play this slower, stop the video, take your time. I think this scale is great for practicing. Okay, so now to get familiar with the structure of the chord, which we will of course use in playing arpeggios, let's play the chord of 4 notes. The big chord. And always think about free hands. Your whole arm should be very, very free. Your elbow, your forearm, your arm, your shoulder. Imagine that this hand is connecting to the back, which is true, but you always want to feel this back. So strong fingers, but very relaxed hand and flexible wrist. My favorite exercise. And now let's go to playing long arpeggios. So we already got familiar with the distances. And now let's see what happens with our long arpeggios. We are starting from a black key. We will start with a second finger. And try to connect all the notes. Play as legato as possible. So the dangerous spot in this arpeggio, in this long arpeggio, is this. So you can practice this like that. Move very quickly to the 4th finger. And then prepare this. So instead of doing something like that, where you kind of get stuck in the previous position, you want to already prepare. So almost like this could be also a nice exercise. Then the next step would be don't mind the weird sounds coming from my mouth. This is the practice sounds. Every pianist will know about them. Let me know in the comments if you talk to yourself when you practice. Let's do the first inversion. This is of course much easier because we play from the wide key. I actually love the sound of this key of F sharp minor. It's somehow very powerful. And this will also be a little bit more difficult. Remember that practicing is about doing mistakes. So if you are not perfect, if you are doing mistakes, it's good. You are detecting the problems and you're trying to solve it. The worst thing you could do is to stress out too much that you are not perfect. Okay, and last but not least, I would like to play 11 long chords from a black key, F sharp. We start like this. You could say that these fingers are not comfortable, but the secret of playing 11 long chords is that you want to play them fast. So this is why you choose one fingering position to it and you stick to it. So let's remember what's the structure of 11 long chords. You always play major chord first. Then And the last one is the diminished. Okay, and what happens when we play this in a row? So, the minor, the major, oops, the minor, the major, the minor. So here you could, instead of 4, you could put 3 in your right hand. Of course, it is uncomfortable, but this is about playing all the chords in a row. Of course, more comfortable fingering would be to play something like this, obviously, but this is about playing in a row. And now we will play the dominant chords. Ouch. Okay, you got the idea. Of course, this is very uncomfortable, especially if you will try this for the first time. But I find it so great because these 11 long chords, they really build your stamina. First of all, it's uncomfortable. Second of all, it takes long until you finish the whole cycle. I would say if you can, start learning them. This is one of my most favorite exercises from scales. Okay, so to finish 11 long chords, let's add a rhythmical variation to it. Let's prolong the third note of the group and let's put an accent on it. So
a few moments later.
okay guys, so today we practice F sharp minor, which is obviously a complicated key, as you saw. Now we are moving on to playing E major, which you will see will be very, very comfortable. And thank you so much for joining this challenge. If you enjoy these videos, you can always consider joining our Patreon account, where we connect to our patrons, our community. We send out monthly updates with useful information about music, piano playing, and arts in general. So if you would like to join, please check the link down in the description. Thanks for practicing with me today, and I'll see you tomorrow.